Hey everyone, hope you're all doing good. It has been long. I was away from my channel and my garden due to some personal reasons, and it always takes me some time to get back to my routines. I hope some of you might understand that. I know many of you were relying on my videos for starting a garden this year. I got so many messages, and I'm sorry I couldn't keep up to the pace I was aiming for. Now I feel I'm back and I can put more videos consistently. And don't worry, it is not too late to start a garden. Hope this video gives you some inspiration for that. Today, I would like to take you around my garden and show what is happening. This is the kind of video I like doing after a break from content creation. It helps me get the ball rolling. The garden is not in its best shape, I'm sorry about that, but I just wanted to keep it real. Let me start with these beautiful spring blooms here. Here are some pink peonies and white roses, and they mingle and blend in so well. I am such a fan of this view. Look at these soft blooms. I'm getting goosebumps as I speak. This is another peony which I planted 2 years back in the fall. They have multiplied and are giving more blooms. Behind the peonies are some asters. They'll bloom only in the fall. So this side of the garden always has some blooms, and I'm happy how it has turned out. The red rose has started to bloom. I'm not a fan of this color, to be honest. I want my garden to have soft pastels, but it gives me a lot of blooms and it was already here when we moved in, so I don't want to disturb it. Next, let me show you the containers on the left side of the patio. The vertical planter was cleaned up, I think, during March, and now it has started to produce little strawberries. In the bottom tier are some lemon mint growing thick and beautiful. They come back every single time after winter, and I'm happy I always have some mint at hand. Below the vertical planter are some spring bulbs growing in these containers that was given to me by my friend who is also a gardener. They all bloomed well, and I'm just waiting for the leaves to die out in order to save the bulbs for next year. In this container, I have a Japanese azalea growing. It just gave me 2 blooms this year and the leaves have turned yellow, so maybe it is not receiving the sunlight it requires, so I might change its position. The long planter was full of blooms of tulips and hyacinths. It was a stunning show with beautiful pastel colors. Now they have all died. In order to hide the dying leaves, I have planted some anemones and ranunculus. These blooms that you see here are anemones and the ranunculus are on its way. I want my flower garden, be it in the containers or on the ground, to always have blooms. So I'm experimenting with several combinations. The tulips will be removed soon because they are a variety which is not known for coming back the next year. There is also a weed growing here, so let me remove that. The container has a hydrangea. It was surrounded by tulips in April, again with beautiful pastel blooms. They have died back and a wisp hydrangea is on its way. Next, let us move on to my flower bed. The left part I have already shown in the beginning of this video. The center part of this bed is quite empty except for some voluntary poppies that are popping out. There was a rose plant growing here with beautiful pink blooms. It died this year, so it was removed. Now I need to think of what to plant here. I will make a dedicated video on that once I decide what to do with the space. The right side of this bed has a lavender which is blooming, a pink hydrangea macrophylla, a hosta over the border. There is also a gladiolus growing. The alliums have finished blooming. There are some chives at the back, the violet blooms that you see. Clematis are growing up the tree. And this is a button rose. This one blooms a bit late when compared to the other one and blooms for a short time. In the container close to the flower bed is again a wisp hydrangea. It also had tulips growing around the border, and now it is taken over by the hydrangea. Next, let us move to the part of my garden that I'm most excited to show you. That is my vegetable garden. I had planted and sowed a few spring crops by the end of March, and they have grown so well, waiting to be harvested. I wanted to make this garden tour before I harvest and remove things from here. Let me start off with this bed in the front. It has radishes growing, sugar snap peas growing along the bamboo trellis at the back, beetroots, ranunculus in the front, and also a lettuce right in the middle. Moving on to the next bed. This bed has 2 broccolis, pak choy, radishes, and coriander, which has bolted and produced flowers. I'm letting the coriander stay as such as they attract a lot of bees, and when they bolt, they produce a strong smell which is keeping most of the pets away. The next bed has a rosemary right at the end, green spinach. I love how spinach looks in the spring. Some spring onions, red spinach which is struggling to get some sunlight. Beetroots, radishes, and of course some coriander. I've placed herbs like coriander or rosemary at the border so that they repel all the bad guys and attract the good guys. Until now, it has worked like a charm. Moving on to the last bed here, it has some sweet peas. Their growth is a bit slow, a big lettuce. There is a stalked flower, ranuncula, spinach, and carrot. I've tried to squeeze in one flower like snapdragon or poppy or stalk flower in each bed, but they have not bloomed yet. I'm so happy how the vegetable garden is doing this year. No big slug infestation this time, and they're flourishing with all kinds of spring goodness. This is a tour of my garden end of May. I'll soon plant out some summer crops like tomatoes, chilies, some cucumber, watermelon, zucchinis. So stay tuned for that, how I convert the spring garden to a summer garden. As you can see, I'm pretty late in planting them, but that is completely okay. There is no need to rush. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next. Bye and take care.